that.
Yes.
Why, that's them boys from the Bearback Podcast.
I know better about his big name. There's you.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bearback Podcast. After an eventful weekend of boxing, we thought we'd have Lawrence Murphy on to give his take on the Triple G and Canelo fight. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Hellcat Graphics for doing us some sweet graphics. So check them out. We've also got a picture to give away as well on a canvas. Looks great. It's a picture of me. So we'll save that to the end and Brian will model it.
It's wrong.
So, where are we starting? Where do you want to start, Coach?
There was just a couple of good shows. There was Cage Warriors and Bama. Did you catch any of that?
No,
there was
no, I'm heterosexual.
Did you see the boy for Geordie show?
The boy for Geordie show, there was Bama, there was a guy for Geordie, that's what it goes to. There was Bama, Cage Warriors, but they were actually all good. There was big knockouts in all of them, so they had right successful shows. They did a comeback fight. Anyway, back to Canelo.
Is that what you want to start? You want to start here? You want to go down the route of boxing first and then go to MMA, and you want to do...
Let's talk about the guy for Geordie Shore and then that'll do. What's your thoughts on the guy for Geordie Shore and his fight?
Well, he won and he got a sweet knockout against a first time pro who had 6 amateur fights, and I noticed people are giving this guy a lot of stick, and I'm like, why are you giving this guy stick? He's not had any amateur fights. He's a celebrity who will bring people to our sport. You had a guy there with 6 amateur fights, having his first pro fight and getting at the beginning saying, I'm going to knock him out, and then the guy knocks him out. I think he's doing great. Honestly, I've
no issue with it either. The guy had that. He's won 2. 4 amateur fights. He didn't. The guy looked alright. So.
What was that?
I think like put the guy down there.
I think you probably have MMA fans, proper MMA fans.
I think it was a fair fight.
Proper MMA fans are going off their nut. Like the boxing fans with McGregor.
Because they're thinking this is a guy want to use MMA to try and hype himself up. And see if that was the case, they've got every right.
I think it's on the way about, to be honest, because he's got a huge following.
At the end of the day, he might be a guy who, although he's on Geordie Shore, he's a proper hard nut. He might be. Maybe he's a genuine MMA guy who wants to fight hard, wants to do something in the sport, and he just so happens to be on a show with a load of nuggets. That's
I know. It was good. He looked strong. He hit the guy with a good combination. I mean, the guy was out.
I think the last time he didn't make weight.
Is that right? That was an issue. So he said he was fighting at 70, and he came in at 77.
That's fucking
I just don't think he knew. He's never fought, so he probably doesn't know how to cut weight and knows what he's doing properly.
Has he fought Thai or has he trained Thai?
Maybe trained.
I think he's fought Thai. Fought Thai. Don't quote me on that, but I think he's done some sort of combat sports before. But I was impressed with him, and even his first fight, I was impressed with him. Listen, you're 2 guys who haven't fought before, and they're putting on a show. I'm happy with that. We go to local shows and we see worse fights there. So you
see a guy who's super experienced against somebody who isn't. So it's a fair fight that was on.
Any other fights catch your eye in the Bama?
All the fights were good. There was everyone was a knockout.
Knockouts.
Yeah, it was good fights.
What about the guy done the spinning back fist middleweight? Did you see this? Spinning back fist. It was back and forward.
I'm going to get mixed up with the two because Lahore was the welterweight. It was he fought Shipman and it was.
Lahore is that for Geordie Shore?
No. Geordie Shore was Alan.
There's loads of whores in that. That's right. He was going to get an explanation. So a good spinning back fist, but he hadn't really done anything much prior to that. Like he'd been running away and he'd been picked up for it. He wasn't moving away. There's a difference between moving away than turning your back and running away from somebody. But it was good. It's MMA. Anything can happen in it. That's a good thing about it.
And I missed the Cage Warriors because Jerry was fighting the weekend.
I know we had one of the guys who hit squad up there, Jerry Williamson.
He's some nick, isn't he?
Oh, I know.
He's some nick.
His body's a thing of beauty, innit? It's just like...
He actually got me feeling ashamed of myself.
I know, you feel bad.
See, me and my base condition ever cannot be anywhere near that. His abs have got like these big ridges on them.
That's ridiculous. I mean, he's a fighter that looks like a bodybuilder.
Aye. We need to stop talking about this. We're 3 guys in a room talking about another guy's body.
That is a hanging.
Getting videoed. Getting videoed on a black couch.
With a white t-shirt then.
But no, Jerry clipped the boy in the chin and the boy went down with a left hook. Boom. But he recovered quickly.
He did
As
recover,
the boy was stiff as he was going back, and as he hit the ground, he woke up. And then Jerry tried to swarm him and then got a really good guillotine
His
up against
opponent
the
had
cage.
5, he was like 5-0 kickboxing or something along that line. So he's experienced. I don't know if he'd won a title. As we said, you know, Jerry, he's trained well, but he hadn't fought in 9 years.
Is he going to win again?
He says he wants to know. He's
Because
got the buzz.
he spoke about. If you've got the buzz, that's fine. He spoke about having scratched the itch.
Aye.
So I wasn't sure whether he was going to, whether that was that I've done it, I'm happy I've done it, or whether he's going to go again.
I'd like to see him go again. He was
Yeah,
good. He was composed.
He was composed. He handled
really
himself well.
It was a good show as well. That Headhunter show. You had a few guys over for where are they from?
For the French gym, I was calling it Magineur, and it Moinure. It's called Moinure. I was like, oh, Magineur for Gunnar Nelson.
Gunnar Nelson's gym.
Moinure, I think it is. I was calling it Magineur. I was like, with the French.
But Bongy gets pissed off at him every time he says it.
I was like,
So,
Magineur.
fucking Moinure.
Manure?
That's a load of shit.
Did you read something like dad jokes when he came here?
It's my witty banter.
I was good.
That was a good show. They boys were pretty good.
So back to the Canelo.
Do you know what I talk about?
Do you want to talk about the UFC?
I think we should just keep going with MMA, and then after that we then get to the boxing.
Alright.
We'll save the best to last. The best to last.
Main event of the evening.
I know, like it was meant to. So we then went on to UFC. What fights did you see? Did you see Uriah Hall's knockout?
I did.
That was good, man.
He could be up. That guy Jock was good, wasn't he?
I know.
Was awesome.
He was outstriking him, and he was putting him in some. He was putting Hall in some dangerous positions.
He was winning every exchange.
And then Hall's one of these guys who can just. Like, he's the guy who's got a crazy spinning knockout heel kick on The Ultimate Fighter, and the boy just looks like he died. But the same again, clipped him, man, the boy just
One
went
punch,
stiff,
you get
man.
beat up. That's the thing about MMA. You can be winning the whole fight and then get knocked out in the last.
Because his gloves are so small. But it was great. And then we had Mike Perry as well, knocking another guy out. Who did he knock out?
Reyes.
Who was he meant to fight?
Tiago Alves, he's like a...
And he was stuck in Florida.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's
I
what
don't
it was.
know.
He was stuck. I think he was staying in the gym. He was something happened. That could be bullshit. I could just be making this whole thing up. But I think he was staying in the gym with his family
Was it the Hurricanes?
because of the hurricanes and all that kind of stuff. And he said he couldn't go over there to fight.
I don't think they could fly out a certain day as well. I'm sure a couple of people flew out. See, with the UFC, when you get there, you need to be there 5 days before. Whereas the fighters that were coming for that area, they were coming in like the Wednesday and the Thursday. They just couldn't possibly get out.
And then so Mike Perry fought
Reyes,
Reyes,
the guy's
and
name.
then
Yeah, he looked
knocked
good as
out
well. He
that
was moving well, and he looked me like a more technical striker. Even though like Mike Perry's,
Perry's just explosive.
He's
isn't
like
he?
a fighter, explosive. He's no like, as you would call, I don't know, technical boxing, but he throws bombs.
Aye,
He's technical in his own way. He's technical for
Everything he
MMA.
wants, when he flings that right hand, he wants
He's willing to
take
take
your
one.
head off.
He's willing to take two to land one big.
Aye.
It's good.
He's good and exciting fighter. And he calls out Robbie Law. We were talking about this guy, weren't we? Calls out Robbie Law, and that's the fight he wants.
I think that's a good fight for him. Very good. The two of them will go stand and bang with each other, and Perry being younger probably can dare back there.
Is it a fight that Law would take or should take?
I don't see why not. Who does Law take
Law
that?
needs to go for that title again.
That's whether he wants or not. Who is the champion?
Woodley.
Wait, Woodley, I suppose.
And then Woodley's just beat up
He's beat him.
everybody.
No, he's beat him.
I
Woodley
know,
beat
but
him.
would you just say, oh, that's fine, I'll just take one of these and that's it? Nah, you keep knocking that door until you get in.
Aye.
So for me, I think Law to take that fight is not a step back, but it's a hard fight for him. And
And it's
especially
the
if he's trying
name.
to get that title. Aye.
That's true.
Whereas Mike Perry knocks out Lawrence, I was going to say, knocks out Law, then
He's in the game.
he's in the game. And then we had Luke Rockhold coming back after being out for like a year. How long was he out for? Do you know?
I like
15
this. I like this fight. It's the worst it is. I've still to watch it because I was watching the boxing. I taped it.
Taped
So
it,
it was
but
like
you grew up in the 90s?
David Branch.
Taped film?
World Series of Fighting. So he won light heavyweight title and the middleweight title, and Rockhold was the ex UFC champion. as you know, there's a level difference between worlds to see it
Well,
fighting
they were
or
saying that.
anywhere.
They were saying that, but I didn't see that massive a difference.
Sometimes there's no gap, you know.
I noticed the difference in his grappling. See, when he had him in the clinch and he had him up against the cage.
That's the difference, so innit, with
when
these
you're training with
UFC
AKA
guys.
and you've got studs
But
in
even
your camp.
AKA, just the high level UFC guys in general, they'll find the wee gaps in your game. Like, you equal them at striking, you equal them at wrestling, but when it goes to the wall, this guy's much better, you know. It's like they find the holes in each other's games, you know.
It was a good fight, went to the second round and Luke Rockhold took him. Did he take him down, Gavin? He didn't take him down. It was...
Start by strike, something.
Aye.
He took him down, he got a position. I know the result.
I don't know if he took him down.
What's your view on that? Somebody tapped me with the strikes.
It's smart. It's smart. We can tap with enough of a choke. We can tap with enough of a joint manipulation. Boxers can do it as well. I think it's a smart thing.
Tapping it from strikes.
I don't think.
That's called surrender.
I don't think.
But then
it's just not on.
But then tapping for any is
I know,
surrender.
I know, right? But what I would turn in, it's a cultural thing, right? I kind of understand tapping submissions from it's either that or your arm gets broke and you know that there's no way out of this. It's, you know, they've got you. I kind of get the logic there, right? Tapping from strikes, it's alien. It's totally alien to me. I don't get it at all. It is surrender. O'Hara Davies fought Josh Taylor and he shot his mouth off before it, and he got hit in the nose and he kind of turned his back, he held his nose, and he's not living that down. He's not living that down. Social media has been really unkind to him. I mean, he quoted social media. He was a mouth, and now he's getting attacked for it. And
so that's social media.
The boxing culture. A surrender, you're not forgiven a surrender. You're not forgiven it.
There's a couple of, I would say maybe if your eye socket get busted. See when your eye socket's in and you don't feel it collapsing.
I don't know. Oh, that's...
like these sort of injuries possibly, but I'm the same view as you.
I don't know any fighter. I don't know any fighter that would turn around and say, I can't continue, my eye socket's done. I watched Kell Brook when he fought Golovkin, and most recently, he jumped in my head again. But it was the eye socket problems, and his corner pulled him out. And his corner's 100% right for doing it. But I personally can't think of an example of a fighter who has turned around and says, "Listen, I can't continue." There's the famous one with Roberto Duran, where he says he wasn't continuing. But even Duran himself said that Duran, it was basically because Roberto Duran his head was getting boxed off with Sugar Ray Leonard. Now he never quit. He never quit because he was getting beat up. He never quit because he couldn't take the punishment anymore. He quit because he just felt, you know what, I'm being humiliated here. It was his pride made him quit, rather than his pride keeping him going. It manifested in the wrong way. But I cannot think off the top of my head of any fighter that I've ever seen go, nah, you know what, nah, I'm wrapping this.
The one I watched live, who the best one was Danny Williams when he's against, was it Potter? His shoulder came out and the guy turned round after it, and who was it? Was it Potter he fought? I watched it, I remember watching it live. How many years ago was that?
Oh, it's good for you now.
Aye, and he was like, the guy says, I never punched him in the shoulder. I knew because I punched him in the shoulder and the fight would have been finished. And what happened was he knocked him out with the other half.
What was this?
Even take, for instance, recently, we're running on Coat Bridges, Ricky Burns. Jaw broke early. Goes on. Starting to speak to Curtis Taylor, it's a bit controversial decision, but the fact is that his jaw was broke, his face was swelled out. No.
Should his corner have stopped that?
Don't know.
No, because he won the
Don't
fight.
know.
He never. Because he what?
Because he won.
He won the what?
I think it was a draw.
A draw. You draw.
You got a draw, but no.
Respect. He gets respect. You get the tough.
He's still in the fight. I mean, Chris Eubank. There was all one with Chris Eubank when he fought. Was it?
Just the video we put out
Carol Thompson.
2 weeks ago.
Carol Thompson. I think it was Carol Thompson he fought. And again, the eyes really. We've seen it loads and loads of times in boxing. I'm not going to say silly things about macho cultures and how MMA fighters tap out. Sometimes because of the nature of their sport and the submissions, it makes sense to tap out. But
if a limb's getting broke, you need to tap. It's just stupid.
Or your career's finished. I get it. But
There's a thin line, brave and
Fit
stupidity in
line,
it.
for me, McGregor should not have tapped in the
For the
choke.
choke.
Shouldn't have tapped the choke. He shouldn't have done it.
I understand why people go out and I understand why people tap in the choke.
And tapping from strikes, I think that questions your heart as a fighter.
I thought that as well. I thought a wee bit once somebody taps for getting punched, because you never know what's wrong. How much do you want it? Do you know what I mean? As you say, you know, maybe his eye socket was in and then he decided to take you up.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't like. I'm using the phrase like question your heart as a fighter. I'm challenging somebody's courage. He's in there.
He's in there. He's already brave.
He's fighting a big man that's wanting to hurt him. It's maybe not my place. It takes 1 second to tap. 1 second. 1 second. You can maybe immediately regret it, but it's done. So I'm not going to. I don't want to use it. I use that phrase, challenging somebody's heart as a fighter, for maybe that 1 second. That's correct. But overall,
I think it's a safety thing for me personally. You look at Luke Rockhold and Chris Weidman when they fought, and Chris Weidman was lying on his back getting the dish elbowed off him. His face was in some nick. He still come out.
Yep.
He still come out in that second round. Probably that's the time I used to be like, nah. Look at my face. My face.
so
looks
that's
like
his
I'm blushing.
I hate brave cornermen. I hate brave cornermen and brave referees. Cornermen have got no place being brave. Referees have got no place being brave. And the reason why they have no place being brave is because the fighter is. The fighter is courageous to the point of stupidity, right? And we know that. Almost every fighter we know is like that. So they need to protect it. They need their cornermen protecting them with a bit of savvy. They need the referee protecting them with a bit of savvy. Because these guys, their purpose is to be brave. Their purpose is to be warriors. And at that point, they're not even thinking about their own safety. They're not. You look at some of these fighters, and they are willing to die. They are willing to die. They're willing to give everything for it, and they need protected. So no, it's not his job to tap it. It's not his job to say that I'm not doing this. It's his corner. Corner's be looking to go, nah, you're not going to do something.
The referees are pretty good in MMA, I'll give them that. They're pretty good, they're pretty sharp.
Aye. What about, has there been like a towel throw in?
In MMA? I used to be against the rules. That you throw the towel in. And now it's no anymore, and I can't.
And then I think this macho-ness comes again, where you would rather the referee stopped it than your corner.
Well,
that's how the referees are. They're pretty
boxing,
good.
In boxing, the towel does not count.
Does it not?
The towel does not count.
No, I've seen the towel come in boxing.
No, the towel does not count.
Oh, it doesn't count?
Only the referee can stop the contest.
Right.
Only the referee can stop the contest. They throw the towel in. They can be told, get that towel out of my ring.
Aye.
You know what I mean? But they don't.
Kick your towel out.
But it can't. And that, I've seen that happen.
Have you?
I've seen that happen. Not live, but I've seen it happen on television with the referee. No, get that out.
And at the build up to Canelo, was he fighting somebody and their dad jumped in and stopped the fight? They jumped out the barrier, and he said, "I'm sure it was
Chris
Weidman's
dad."
No, it was.
That's my boy. He's still my boy.
It was one of the fights. I'm sure like the family member jumped out, and the guy did have enough, and they waved it off.
I can't think. I mean, I remember one where it was a woman ran into the ring. It was a boy fight, and she hit the opponent with a high heel shoe.
It was MMA. Was that not in Russia? It was the guys. You know, you get beat. There was one in Russia. The guy's he just get beat. So even more humiliating, his mum jumped in, gave him a bollocking, started battering him as well in front of everybody. This was a big show in Russia.
Did you see
know what Russians are like though?
The kickboxing one doing the rounds where the fight's over anyway, and then the crowd starts coming in, and there's guys just doing big running pelts.
Oh aye.
He's swinging after the referee's back as well.
That was glory.
Crazy,
that was cornerman. The two cornermen started fighting. Somebody hit them up after the bell. Cornerman jumped in. And then it just turned into a bit of a
Try to do these big
The guy was on the run for the police. The guy who
still cannot beat what's his name? Weird Doom. Teeping the cornerman.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
When he fought Travis Brown. He fought Travis Brown.
And he gives him the big teep bump.
And it was Ronda Rousey's boxing coach.
Right.
He was giving it the big thing. Was as soon as he done, he got his hands up and he gave him a wee push kick. He was
Hilarious.
all the Brazilians are.
Right, so we're now on to the event.
Right.
You were talking about promotion. You were saying.
Aye, so we start with the promotion. I was actually quite annoyed that like you've got this big fight, right? Mayweather and McGregor have put this in a pedestal, which they did. They had millions of viewers, right? And at all the press conferences, they were mentioning how good this fight was. So whether De La Hoya liked it or not, they were actually promoting their fight in a roundabout way and saying this is the real deal. They were gaining that respect, like Brendan Schaub, Malignaggi's talking about it as well. And these videos were having 4 million free views, free advertising. And then in the lead up to the fight, I've got 2 shitty videos for De La Hoya, and it's got the 2 of them dressed up in daft elves.
The vintage.
Oh, this is a vintage fight. We've got the 2 of them dressed up like a couple of idiots in daft suits, and they've got them walking up to each other in the ring like quite friendly, and they're showing us backstage in this, and I didn't like how they were bringing the 2 of them together. Terrible promotion about it being like old school fight. Video was shocking. It was boring me to tears. And then what was the other one? That was actually not too bad. That was alright, but there was no media coverage, there was no social media, nothing had blown up. It was the worst promoted fight in the history of the biggest fights.
Right.
Aye.
I'll tell.
End it there.
Right.
Hey guys, like
I don't know how I was getting annoyed at this. I'm like, you've got this big fight.
That's why. That's what's kind of caught me up. Right, but why are you getting so upset with that?
Because they says Mayweather and McGregor, oh, they're going to steal all the limelight when there was no limelight. Nobody was known about it.
Here's my thing, right?
It's bad for boxing. Boxing people should be up in arms about this.
No, not really. I think.
Look at it. Right, I'll explain.
I think we've had overload. Mayweather McGregor, for that fight, it was a one-off, right? And they done their thing, and for that one-off, it worked. But if you get a watch it doesn't work anymore. It becomes boring. It's like the first time I went.
It works for MMA.
But it's no promotion, man.
It works for it. Like, I'll try and
Right.
exact time, right? We'll see what the figures are. That's the first time. We've not seen the figures yet. We'll see what the figures are. What we do know is that it was good to see that arena sold out, because it's the first I've seen it sold out. Right? It was sold out. So the actual gate money the actual gate figures, not the gate money, because we're charging something stupid for the Mayweather McGregor fight.
And that's the gate money.
So the gate figures for the stadium, they've been great. I don't know what the pay-per-view is. I don't know what it is. But if he's talking about the American market in particular, then he's maybe pushing it heavy there. So we'll see how that is.
I know they were in Vegas. They weren't pushing it in America. The whole of America.
So I don't know. I've not got an awful lot to say about that particular one. I kind of view it as you don't advertise a Rolls Royce in the same way you advertise a Citroen. It's two different things.
That's a bad comparison.
Is
McGregor, that's not Rolls Royce, are they? Is McGregor the Rolls Royce?
The other thing is you've got your core market. Do you appeal? Do you design it to appeal to your core market, or do you design it to appeal to your casual fans?
This should have been appealing to everybody. This is the greatest fight.
It's supposed to have been the best fight in 10 years.
No, it was the biggest fight. Not the best fight.
It wasn't the biggest.
The best fight could be a 10-rounder on some wee undercard ball somewhere. But the biggest fight, and it was a major fight, and for me it delivered. The fight itself delivered.
Mm-hmm. But this was a chance for them to boxing to boost.
You need to boost boxing, and the promoters aren't doing it.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I think MMA, the MMA stroke UFC, it's a strange thing that it's happening now. It's been promoted very well. No, see, this is the thing. I think we're seeing. I think you will see that. For the next 10 years, I think 2016 will be the peak of MMA, right? For the next 10 years, I think you'll get you won't get a rapid decline, but I think you'll get a slight decline and a tapering off MMA, and then MMA will pick up again. And the reason why I think this will happen, and it ties in with the promotional aspect of the Golovkin fight, we have seen this massive promotional setup of UFC. They've pumped so much money into promoting the fight. They've tapped into this.
They've turned it into $1 billion company, which is successful.
And this is partly what I'm talking about. The promotional aspect's been massive, but it's appealing to this kind of a transient, casual fan base, right? over the next few years, MMA will establish its solid fan base. Right? It's still quite transient just now, the fan base of MMA. They come in, they leave, they dip their toe in the water, they have big parties to go and watch fights, and eventually that'll taper off. The MMA audience will get a wee bit older, and then it'll settle down. And when that comes, it's no longer about the hype, it's no longer about the publicity, it's about the product, it's about what the fights are about. That's what it becomes about. And because of that, 2016 was huge. We had Ronda Rousey, we had Conor McGregor. These big figures.
Before them, there was Chuck Liddell, John Jones. There was always somebody takes the place.
And that takes us.
They replace them.
And that takes us to another point I'm going to make, which is fine, right? So you've Conor McGregor, you've Ronda Rousey, these big publicity figures. Right, and it was promoted. 2016 was promoted massively on them. I mean, well, massively on them and Floyd Mayweather, because you had Ronda Rousey was going to beat Floyd Mayweather, and then that kind of tapered off a wee bit when she got her arse handed to her. And then it was Conor McGregor was going to beat Floyd Mayweather, and it was Floyd Mayweather. So they were just looking to hype it. My point being that the hype will taper off. People will become bored of the hype. It will become about the product. And then
but the product they're given is
and
still...
then we'll see about that, because what's happened now is you're looking and going, where is this big next megastar? Because you know what, I don't even know if Conor McGregor will fight again.
I don't think he'll fight again, but I think you're always going to have
Ronda
a big
Rousey,
star.
well, who is your next star? Because you know what I'm seeing just now? I'm seeing them trying to bring GSP back. I'm seeing them trying to they're talking about Silva. Right? It's not the next big star. They're bringing in the old stars. They're bringing in the old stars because you're in a really unfortunate position just now.
How was Canelo made?
Jones came back. Jones came back. And then Jones away now because he's tested positive. And you're left with a light heavyweight champion in DC who, unfortunately for him, and it is a bloody sin, but he's tainted. He is tainted because he's...
It's probably pound for pound best.
And he's tainted because he said his arse handed after him off Jones. So he is, he's tainted. Right? And then you've got all these guys that were sniffing about the weights that McGregor was at. And they're all kind of tainted and all because everybody's still looking at McGregor. They're still looking at McGregor.
But there's still stars in these weight classes. You've got guys like Kevin Lee who are pushing.
Where's the next big one? Whereas, look at boxing just now. Look at boxing right now. Boxing right now, let's start off heavyweight division. Okay, so you've got Anthony Joshua has done his thing running about there. And he's going to be eyeing up, he's eyeing up Wilder. And he'll get a unification match there. And on the outside of that, you've got Tyson Fury sitting there going, okay, you've got big fights there. Then you start looking, obviously...
Big fights, but they're not going to be anywhere near MMA figures.
Lords.
Can I see it? Nobody wants to see
that wasn't my point. My point is, when UFC get a show, so John Jones fought DC, it's promoted in UK and Europe, so they're promoting the sport. They've got their channel and everybody's up. Whereas boxing, it's about De La Hoya, I'm going to make all my money, I'm just going to promote to Mexico and in Vegas because I'm guaranteed money. I'm not willing to take a chance and promote the sport in Europe and in the UK. And they don't do that, they selfishly promote.
Because it doesn't need to. And
boxing's going to keep lower. It is.
See that phrase you used there, selfishly promote, right? You're talking about as if Dana White and the UFC is promoting MMA. It's not doing it's not doing it to promote MMA.
It's because they know the longevity of the sport.
It's doing it to promote UFC, right?
No, but they help the grassroots.
And what's happened just now is use the next big star is whoever one promoter, Dana White, says that next big star is. And everybody nods their head and goes, brilliant, I agree with you.
But they need to win. They need to win and deliver.
What if Frank Warren says the next big star is this?
I disagree with that though as well though. I disagree. Conor McGregor made himself. He done his videos, he came out with his pattern.
Conor McGregor was also allowed to make himself. Let's not.
So everybody's get freedom.
I'm giving a criticism that was given off other UFC figures. I'm not just giving this criticism of the boxing guys sitting there. I'm giving this criticism as other UFC figures. Conor McGregor was given opportunities that other fighters would not be given.
Because he brings to the table. He brung the numbers to the table, which I think he deserves. If you do that...
So this ties in with my other point, that it is very much about the numbers, very much about the business, rather than the end product. And boxing is about the end product. And because of that...
They're killing themselves though.
It's not killing itself.
It is, because this huge fight, that everybody should have been watching. It was big in Mexico,
people
and
were watching.
do you know what? I went on YouTube. Not as many people as there should have been.
People were watching it.
Not as many people as there
They
should have
sat
been.
there talking about it.
I know, that's the point.
But you watched it.
I know, I liked it.
And I watched
I enjoyed
it.
it. I thought it was good. But they're promoting it, Ryan. They're not promoting it properly.
I don't think they were that. I don't think they're that fussed about picking up the casual transient fan.
Well, how's it the sport going to grow if they're not picking up new fans? They're staying with their core that you're talking about.
The sport will grow. The sport is continually growing.
I don't think
And
it is.
It's got a different. It's got a different
I think the
setup.
promoters are killing it.
No, I think it's got a different setup. You know, people will tune in to watch.
How are you going to be worldwide if you promote in Mexico and Vegas? Whereas the UFC's vision, right? Everybody's under the one company. They've got the vision of being like NFL, and they've got
everybody under the one company is.
It's-
That's where it's caused the spike, but it's also a bubble. And
No,
the
I
bubble
don't think
is
so.
going to burst.
No, it's
The
going to
bubble-
grow.
It's not until it bursts.
See the whole thing.
It's like Champions League. How big is Champions
Well,
League?
see, in my opinion, the bubble burst last year.
I don't know.
2016 is the biggest year that the UFC will have in the next decade at least. Right? It will now taper off. The Thingy Brothers,
Fatehs.
they sold for a reason. They sold for a reason. They sold because they recognised that it had. And what's happened is that this new mob is called
WME, it's a guy.
WME, okay? WME have come in, and you know what they've done? They've cut costs. They've not come in and hyped things up. They've come in and they've cut costs. 209. Was it Woodley at 209? Was it Woodley that was going to be fighting? No, am I right?
No, you think Khabib once
Khabib
and Tony Ferguson?
Ferguson, they done something different with Ferguson that they hadn't done before. In the past, you made weight, your opponent pulled out, you got your purse. He got less than half his purse. That was the first time that had happened. They're changing things. They've cut back on their matchmakers. They've cut back on. They've even cut back on their publicity. They even have right now. Who's the most talented? Who's the most talented product of UFC? Dana White. Once Dana White goes, and Dana White will go. Once Dana White goes, what are you left with? You're left with a strange product that peaked last year. It peaked last year, right? It will taper off. It won't disappear. I'm not going to turn around and say it will disappear, but it will slump a bit. It will level off, and then it will grow again. And the reason it will grow again will not be because of the hype. It won't be because of the publicity. It won't be because of the Facebook generation or anything else like that. It will be because of the core product, and that's why it will grow. And it will be like boxing. It will go through peaks and troughs, and it will move in other ways like boxing, because these other big bodies who are out there who are already looking for a slice of the pie will start recognising that you're cutting back on the money that you're paying the UFC fighters. McGregor has changed things dramatically as far as the dynamic of contracts is concerned, that some UFC fighters can get a massive slice of the pie,
No.
and other ones...
You need to bring to the pie.
Yes.
See, if you're no McGregor and you're no bring to the pie, you're not getting a slice. You're getting your fair slice.
What will happen is
You get what you deserve.
These other bodies will be looking and going like that. I'll give you a bigger slice of the pie.
No, but they need to generate the numbers.
But they will generate the numbers.
But that makes the sport bigger and they deserve it.
Yeah, but the UFC will crumble a bit.
I don't
And then
think
it
so.
will taper off. And then, once the UFC tapers off and these other bodies grow, what you'll find is a scenario that's very similar to boxing. Right now, who is your undisputed champ? Whoever Dana White says it is. Right? Then, Bellator says it's somebody else. Then some Russian mob says
That
it's
will
somebody
never
else.
happen. It'll never
And
work. It'll never happen.
That will happen.
There's too much of a gap.
No, it will happen. When the money is there, it will happen.
There's too much of a gap.
There's been 4 million handed over to UFC. 4 million for some people out there, right? Some of these super rich people is absolutely nothing. They get a TV channel on board. They put the money into it. They offer the fights. They offer the contracts. They come over. Put it this way. Right? Is McGregor out of contract with the UFC?
No,
I is.
I don't think he is.
Let's say hypothetically, for the purpose of my argument, he is. And some Russian mob goes like, you know what? I'll give you this. I'll give you this.
I don't think
And they
he's
say to
out of
somebody
contract.
else, I'll give you this. And they start poaching fighters, right? You're going to pay to watch that.
No, they're doing that now though,
You're
but it's
talking
just
about-
not as big.
you're
There's a
talking about
brand.
money. You're talking
UFC have
about
built
money.
a brand.
Bellator
It's
owned
got
by
the money.
Viacom, and they have got the money. If they want to
And
push
they
this,
can't.
they can. But they
don't know
can't.
how to.
They've not got the fighters. They've not got the level of fighters.
There's a prestige thing, like sort of like
Everybody
who's-
wants to fight in the best promotion out there,
We've all
which
seen
is
this.
UFC.
We've all
who,
seen
who
this
is
prestige thing.
what's the best belt in boxing? WBC.
WBC.
Right, like all the fighters want all the fighters. It's mainly the younger fighters want to be in the UFC. Some of the older fighters are happy to go away and make money elsewhere. Now they're getting to the end of their careers, but there's a prestige in the
be the
UFC.
best. To be the best, you want to be fighting in the UFC.
I'll tell you what they want. They want the ring belt. They want to be declared as being the best. Right? And if you hold a WBO or an IBF, doesn't matter. If you're getting told that you're the best, right? You're the pound for best. Because right now, let's take for a great scenario is your heavyweight division right now. Who is regarded as the best? Anthony Joshua is widely regarded as the best. He does not hold the WBC belt. The WBC
Is it Wilder?
held by Wilder. Right? So you can see that if the hype's there and if the money's there, then the viewers will follow, and that will happen. Like, do not think that it won't happen, because we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen with boxing. We've seen it happen with every product out there. Take for instance something as random as crisps. Golden Wonder. Everybody ate Golden Wonder. And now they all eat Walkers. Because it changes.
Right.
All things are
Back-
transient. Don't think that things stay the same.
Back to the point, you've went off yours. When you're running for SMP, you've went away from the point.
Well, listen, no, that's another point. That's
Right, you've avoided the question.
that's-
So
We'll bring you back for that one.
Right, we're not even talking about the fight. The promotion. Do you not think they should be like? I don't know. They're not looking after the sport. They're looking after themselves. Which
You know the thing I
get.
don't like about the promotion? Who else was fighting on that card? Who else was like you'll probably be able to tell us
How many-
who else was fighting on that card? Another fighter. You can't name me the top.
De La
name
Hoya.
me-
There was a guy De La Hoya.
Name me the fighters who were fighting in the last main card at the UFC.
Everybody
you can do
knows
it
them.
because they push these
They're
fighters.
They're pushing all the fighters, right?
pushing-
To-
they're pushing-
Rather than
like,
pushing
to
the
say,
main event.
seeing UFC, every month there's a super fight. Every month. Nearly every week you've got a cracking fight where you've got two of the best guys in the division fighting each other, and that's an exciting product. Whereas boxing's got it 4 times a year.
No, they've not. No, they've not.
Well, why isn't nobody knowing it? Like,
Because he's only that kind of boxing fan, right? And what you're talking.
but I'm talking about headlining. I'm talking about you've got a headliner every week, at the minimum once a month, like a headlining
You're
fight.
getting a headliner plus
You're getting a
great
GSP,
card. You're
and then
getting
you've
a
got
good
this
card.
undercard with 8-0 versus 8-0, or even 9-2 versus 9-2, because as you said, when you're fighting the better guys. Whereas in boxing, you don't. It's not as often. You go and look at odds, and you've got a guy 1 to 100 fighting another guy to hang with.
I agree with you, and for a long time in boxing, there was a whole culture of protecting unbeaten record. That's starting to fade away. It's starting to fade away. Because
That's the best thing that can happen to
It is,
boxing.
but the reason why it's happened is because people are starting to recognise that the hype doesn't work. Right? That undefeated record thing was a product of overhyping. It was a product of style over substance. Right?
Overhyping.
And that is what, to a large extent, that is what UFC is able to do. And UFC is able to do that because it is one single promotional outfit who actually are able to claim that they are the sport. When people view MMA as UFC and UFC as MMA, right? They don't think about these other bodies.
I think they do. I think
I think maybe your core, and this is what we're talking about as well. What core MMA fan group do, your transient casual fans don't, and eventually see these people that do think about Bellator, they do think about the BAMA, they do think about all these other groups. They'll change the promotion and they'll start to people to use.
I know. See what you're saying about the selfish UFC, a selfish promoter, but a selfish promoter that knows the market, that they know, like they've got their channel, right, the UFC TV. As you said, they're not helping everybody out. They know when they put everything under the one roof, that they're controlling the market as well in a
But
sense.
they're helping people out.
They're helping the
Because they're putting
grassroots.
Cage Warriors,
That's
they're
it.
putting the top
But they're controlling the market
Russian
as well.
shows. They're putting all the shows for around Europe, all
and they're putting them on a
America,
pedestal.
and they're putting them all in there, as well as bringing you BJJ, and they're helping the
They're helping everything.
grassroots
They're helping all
of
them.
sport.
Kickboxing, combat sports in general, which I think is a good thing. I think boxing, MMA fans are boxing fans. Well, most of them, they're kickboxing fans, jiu-jitsu fans. Do you know what I mean? Whereas boxing fans don't really like it, and I understand why, because they don't understand the grappling. Do you know what I mean? A lot of them don't understand the grappling, the cuddling push.
But the MMA fans, box fans, but then the criticism thing, the crossover and the criticism. You talk about these top fights in MMA and these difficult fights. The same people who would watch an the same MMA fans who would watch an MMA fight or a UFC fight and turn around and say that's really brave that fighter A is fighting fighter B because they've not got the same. It's a challenge. These are the same guys that would turn around to Amir Khan and go, Amir Khan's an arsehole. Amir Khan's been beat the last few fights.
Amir Khan's awesome.
These are the same. No, but you're a wee bit different. You had a boxing background as well, and you watched the boxing. I would think a wee bit more than most MMA fighters. Certainly, you watch more than Paul. Yeah.
Aye. In general, I watch boxing.
He watches MMA with me as well.
So these guys,
I watch boxing.
These guys will go, oh, listen.
I watch kickboxing as well.
I know that this MMA fighter's had three successive defeats, but he's been challenging himself and he's been fighting the best. And then they'll turn and go, Amir Khan's an arsehole. Amir Khan's been beat off him, been beat off him, Kell Brook, you're an arsehole. You've been beat off him, you've been beat off him. So they view it in these different...
But you get the casual fans of the MMA that are like that as well.
Yep.
You know?
And that's the thing we're looking at.
See the people, I know that's a wee bit, but see these people who give their keyboard warrior, I don't mind them. See, at the end of the day, they're watching paying for the fights. They can say I don't value your opinion, but you're watching the fight.
The thing is, they're probably not paying for the fights. They're
probably watching it on YouTube.
Don't want to change the subject, but how do you feel about after what was supposed to be the biggest fight of the year, we're talking about a judge's scorecard rather than...
Aye, let's go on. Aye, let's go there. Aye.
Judge's scorecard. Aye. Well,
do you want to break down the fight first and what you thought it? Tell us, give your rundown of the fight.
What I thought of it, I thought that at times Canelo boxed very well. I thought he landed some... In general, I thought he landed the better, more eye-catching shots. I did not think he'd done enough. I thought that the steady work and the oppressive work from Golovkin won him the fight. That's what I felt. I gave it to Golovkin by about 3 rounds. I thought there was a lot of close rounds. And when people turn around and say a draw, I disagree with them, but I can find the justification.
See, I made a bet, and it wasn't that Canelo would beat Golovkin. I bet Canelo to win by decision because I bet politics because I knew he was fighting in Vegas and I thought it would be a close fight, and if it was remotely close I thought Canelo was going to get the nod, and I thought that was a good bet, right? Because I was betting in corruption, which is quite angry. That's the truth.
I watched
right?
the fight and it was pretty much the same as yourself.
Right,
and I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was a great opportunity for boxing to be seen and loved again by everybody, and everybody's getting behind boxing, but with the whole nonsense about the scorecards is ridiculous.
I think it was ridiculous. So I watched it. I thought Canelo won the first couple of rounds. The same thing. Triple G never took time off. People were saying, "Oh, he took it after he let him work." He couldn't keep up with him at the start because he was too fast and too good. He landed better. Canelo landed better shots, but he just never done enough work. Same as yourself. And I think he won the last couple of rounds. Would you say?
I think as I said, I gave it to Golovkin by maybe 3 rounds, and this is what people talk about. The scandalous result. The draw wasn't the scandal.
I know.
The draw wasn't the
this.
scandal. Had the cards read something like 116, 114, 114, 116, 114,
Aye, it was the right. Okay.
The fact this judge
was that 118, 118.
Right.
Oh, that was
See these middle rounds though. I thought it was scandalous because you either win a round or you don't, and Canelo never won them.
That's not true.
That is. You either win a round or you don't.
You either win a round, you either lose a round, or you
draw a round. Right, okay, right.
That's the key thing.
But he wasn't winning. Canelo wasn't winning or drawing the rounds. Golovkin was doing all the work. He was on the back, Canelo was on the back foot, and he was landing 2 punches around.
Was it?
And it wasn't enough to give him.
See a round that you're wanting to put as a draw, and there was quite a few of those rounds I was wanting to put as a draw, right? Then that, you've got to then respect that if you're wanting to put a round as a draw, then it's close enough for somebody else to
It
go.
wasn't that close, so.
No, but if there was rounds I scored as even. So if there's rounds you scored as
100%, aye, there has to be either way.
You've got to say that somebody else could see it very
Either way.
slightly the other way. So you've got to
Very slightly fine, but when you
slight.
see it at a margin like that.
The 118, 118,
Aye.
that was nonsense. I mean, I don't.
But then could that be anything to do with the actual where you would be sitting
Nah.
in a fight?
I'll give you one.
Listen,
Golovkin
it's-
had a lot of fresh air, didn't he? Which was quite impressive, but he was bang up.
She was either corrupt or incompetent.
Right.
One of the two. You know what I mean? No, it was one of the two. It was female judge. Corrupt or incompetent.
We were talking about this on the way over, and what was it the Nevada State came out and said?
Oh, she's judged 115 title fights and she's one of the best and all that stuff. They had it
So-
straight after the
She's
fight.
not incompetent, it's corrupt then, if she's done that.
It's one of them. I mean, it is scandalous. I don't see how you can possibly see it. I mean,
Is that a woman? Was that a
an 11 round margin.
It was a woman.
An 11 round margin. I mean, you must have thought, oh, he's a nice beard.
Oh, nice ginger beard, I like
Ginger
it.
beard, I like his beard.
You look at the
Ginger makes
fact that he was hitting a lot of fresh air. He wasn't hitting a lot, but he wasn't doing enough. Like, it's a fight because there's stuff like heart pressure, and it's no all down to skill. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes boxing different. We spoke about it, we joked. Do you know what I mean? The fact that heart, stamina, all these other things come in makes it a fight. No, the most skillful guy wins. Do you know what I mean? The toughest guy wins sometimes. And that's what makes it. Do you know, I think that's bad for the sport, and that's how the rematch is a spectacle.
Of course it's bad for the sport. Right? Of course it's bad for the sport. The draw wasn't bad for the sport. The draw was a subjective decision that I disagree with, but it wasn't bad for the sport. It's just one of those things. The 118, 110 scoreline, that's scandalous. That's the only scandal. That's the only scandal. If it had she had Canelo winning by 2 rounds, then you've not got a scandal there anymore. You've not got a scandal there anymore. But that's just how it was. I don't know why she scored it that way. Personally, I think she should be getting her jotters. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
And is the rematch a better fight?
I don't
I don't
Do you
think
have
Andy
to
should buy
see-
it.
do
I
you
don't
have to
think
see
Andy should.
Triple G
I don't think Andy
floor
should
him?
buy it. Honestly, like it was that.
You're a saboteur.
I know I am. And you know what? I will buy it and I'll watch it, but that's bad. But it's more a spectacle. Mayweather and McGregor. There's a fight that only one person was going to win, or it was. Do you know what I mean? There's corruption
I'll look at
in
that.
between.
I'll look at that.
It's business.
And I thought Canelo could get it in points. I did. After the last couple of performances with Golovkin, he took a lot of punches.
I thought Kilbrook looked good against him. He caught him a couple of times.
He did, but that's the most. That's the because of people who he was fighting and the punches that were getting landed. That's the most I've fully appreciated the oppressive, non-stop style of Golovkin. I thought that really impressed me because he just never backed off. He didn't really look that hurt at all with anything, and I was really impressed with him. And I don't know if Canelo can do more. I don't know if Canelo can do more, and I would turn around and say the way that Canelo was constantly turning with his left on at his arse and spinning off, leaving his chin exposed.
Tired.
I'm not even tired. He done it consistently, and he
Aye,
got away with
he
it.
got away with it, I noticed
He got
that,
away
aye.
with it consistently. We talked about maybe a half dozen times throughout the fight. I think he'll get made pay for that next time. I think you'll see a much more dominant performance of Golovkin, and I can't see past Golovkin now. As long as he doesn't age. As long as he doesn't age, because he's been getting some hard fights, and when people age, they don't age gradually. It's overnight. And as long as that doesn't happen, I can't see how he can beat him.
I don't think he's big enough. Canelo was hitting him with his best shots, and he was walking through chin wise.
I think you see the difference of a man that has put on his mass for a fight versus a man who's genetically that size.
Yeah, the size came into that fight 100%.
It's two different things.
Whereas when Canelo hit, people would back off.
Aye.
And this pressure, if somebody's pressure fighting you and you can't get a breathing space, you know yourself, you get tired quick. Even we spoke about it the last time, when somebody's holding the pads for you, you go in your space and then you're like, oh, I need to move for feeling pressure.
I was very impressed with with Golovkin. Very impressed with him. It's just that whole. I actually felt claustrophobic watching it. I did. I felt claustrophobic watching it. I thought, wow, and I don't think that he'll be able to do anything different next time. I don't think he'll be able to do anything different next time.
What do you think of the rematch, Paul? What's your point?
I probably wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't be interested in watching this fight again and then it going the same way again unless Triple G puts him down and leaves him there. It's going to go the same way.
In fact, I'm not watching it unless they promote it better.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't promoted that well, and I know what you're saying, the overshadow of the Conor McGregor fight.
There was no overshadow.
When it comes,
Conor McGregor helped it, and they chose not to take it. Sorry,
no, but-
It's fine. When it comes to a fight, like one of the best fights we're going to see in our lifetime, two of the greatest boxers of your lifetime as well, going back and forward. It should have been better, and it should have went the way. It should have went to Triple G as the win. It should
that's
have.
what I
The draw's an easy way out to get another fight, and it's not even another fight. It's another three
It
fights.
should have, but it didn't, and that's sport. That's what sport's all about.
But it's no sport. That's the corruption in boxing.
Listen, let's think about this, right?
One guy wins, one guy loses. Very, very, very unlikely.
Look, I feel sorry for the guys who are betting and stuff as well. One of my mates was in Vegas watching it and he sent the videos, so I was angry, and he put a good bit of money on Golovkin to win, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a bad bet. I says to him, I bet Canelo, that's a bad bet, just in the sense that he has to knock him out. That's what was going through my head.
I'd won my bet because I'd put Canelo to, it was win, draw or decision. That was a win.
It kind of puts me in mind, and I mentioned that the McGregor Diaz too. Now, you're watching that and you know that McGregor is the baby, and the baby of Dana White and the darling of the UFC, right? And you're looking at it and go, if it goes the distance, he's won.
I don't think so.
If it goes the distance,
no,
he's
they
won. And it was, Brian, and everybody knew it. Everybody knew that Diaz does not bring what McGregor brings, and McGregor had to win that fight, or else that 2016 hype machine that made them the most profitable year
He'd already been beat.
right?
I don't think it matters as much in MMA. McGregor.
No, if he'd been beat twice after the same guy, that machine, that run, that stops.
I don't
That
think so.
stops.
I don't know, because he's got the personality. He would have come
He'd
out.
already had losses in his
Hampered
record.
Chael Sonnen.
Personality for what?
McGregor's already got losses in his record, and he uses his personality.
Personality.
Look at Chael Sonnen.
Personality
Chael Sonnen.
only goes as far as your ability allows it to go.
No, I don't
think so.
agree.
People
Look
are
at
still
Chael
going
Sonnen. Chael Sonnen get beat, right? Chael Sonnen was beat, and he talks his way into title fights, but he was still getting record numbers, even though he was beat, because he done the interviews, he done the promotion, a wee bit WWE style, and it was good. People liked it.
Let's look at Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping he's the current champion.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a few losses in his record. Mm-hmm. He's got like one of the Henderson knockout against him. He's lying there stiff and he's getting punched in mid-air. People still tune in to watch him, even with a loss in his record.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see him getting beat,
They want-
because he comes across as I don't want to see him where I like him. He comes across as handsome, but he's funny.
But they won't tune in the mega figures to see it.
They will.
But your personality will only take you so far if you don't have the ability to back it up. You have to have the wins. You have to get the wins. And for
You
that
do have to
train-
get wins,
for
but
that
to an
train
extent.
to keep on running. For that train to keep on running, McGregor needed the win, and he got the win. And I think as long as he was on his feet and gave himself a reasonable account, if they left it in a position that they could give him the win, they would give him the win, and they did. And they
No,
did.
I
he
don't see
won that
UFC like
fight.
that.
I do.
I thought it was close.
Can you name another fight like that? I know you're not a massive UFC
I'm
fan.
not
Right.
a massive
But there's
UFC fan, so no, I can't.
Well,
No other
non
fight-
public,
no other fight that we spoke about.
non public. He's not a
Johnny
massive
Hendricks
UFC fan.
Johnny Hendricks and GSP. That's the only other fight I can think of like that, where there's been this.
If you scored it round to round, GSP won. He get beat up, but round to round, he won.
You gave him the win.
Aye, I thought round to round.
I just think we go back to the promotional, the promotional thing, right? Okay, you have different systems of promotion. You have different ways of promotion. We've got promoters across the world promoting their fighters, and it works in two different ways. It means that we can promote a fighter up and develop. What is it? It's not a local fan base. It's a national
You had it in the head
And
there.
that-
He says, but boxing's promoting a fighter. UFC's promoting a sport.
That
is the difference.
It takes care of itself. UFC's promoting UFC because UFC.
It takes care of itself,
UFC's
but that's
promoting
a
UFC
successful
because
product.
If UFC is viewed as MMA. If UFC promotes MMA, it promotes UFC, and that's why it's seen like
Yep.
boxing is boxing. Boxing's there. Boxing's there. The different
They need to change.
the different set up of promotions allows fighters to promote within their own stream. Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. is promoted up to a high level within the kind of British market. Everybody knows him in Britain, and he's getting good viewing figures in Britain. And then they decide to try and take the chance for the crossover. The UFC doesn't allow that. The UFC, you're on that stage.
You're on UFC.
You're on
It's
that
prestigious.
You're on that stage straight away. But it's prestigious because everybody understands.
Not so hard to get in.
But you've been told. It's
so hard, difficult to get in.
I know it's hard to get in, and it is now prestigious. But it's prestigious because everybody believed it's prestigious.
No, it is prestigious.
I know
And that's what
that's-
when people believe it's prestigious, it is prestigious.
I know, but eventually,
It's perception.
That's right. But eventually, that's going to stop being the case. It's got.
I don't think so.
There's going to be other
There's
people.
always
There's
going
always
to be
been other-
there's always
there's
going to
always-
be the best fighters in that promotion.
Yeah.
If UFC keep running the way they are and being successful,
my point being
they'll
just
keep
now,
it prestigious.
My point being just now.
I
is
get
that
your point.
UFC's in a wee bit of order, and it is. And I think when you examine it, and over the next couple of years, you'll see this, and this is out there for people to look back and say, he was right. But boxing just now, okay? Joshua, we've got Wilder, big Furies in the wings, that's the heavyweight division. Terence Crawford has just unified the light welterweight
We're
division.
joking here.
Huh?
Exactly. Folk don't know who that
You
is.
do watch the boxing, so you know about it. But we've got our core boxing, fan base. You're no part of it, right? No, you're no part of it. But you know
You'll
what?
watch the big fights.
But you know
Watch
what?
the big
You've
fights.
been talking fights, and I've been sitting here nodding my head, trying to kid on and trying to look at the camera as if I know who you're talking about, right?
Is that of today when you talking about boxing?
It's the same idea. If you're not within that core base, you don't really know who you're talking about. And believe me about this. More people know who Terence Crawford is. They will know who some of the fighters that you're mentioning are.
I don't think so.
No.
Like see the top guys,
Guys,
and
he's
see
in
the
an
top
echo
guys.
chamber. He's in an echo chamber.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think where.
He's in an echo chamber, and it seems like this huge big thing, right? And it is, but you're all talking to each other and hyping it up amongst each other, backwards and forwards, not realising that the rest of the world don't actually know who you're talking about. That takes me back to the point we were mentioning earlier on. We talked about we are on the
take a breath,
we are on the anniversary.
Okay,
We're on the anniversary of the Scottish independence referendum, right? Okay, so we're coming up to that kind of time now. And I remember on the rap to that echo chamber where you were talking to each other and you believed that everybody must feel the same way about you. And they didn't. Although we all believed that everybody felt and thought the exact same way, it's because we were just talking to each other.
No, better together.
And yous are doing yous are doing the same thing. Yous are doing the same thing now. Yous are talking to each other.
I don't think
No,
so.
we're not talking. That's a different
See, when I
point.
was
We're talking
working in
about
schools, and I was
popularity.
was working in schools, and I was dealing with kids,
Dealing with kids.
dealing with kids, so ranging from the age of 13 right the way up to, like, let's say 17, 18, and some places I used to go 19-year-olds. They weren't talking about boxing. They were talking about MMA, and they were talking about. They were able to name all these different guys, all the top guys for the divisions. Did you see this fight? Did you see this fight?
I've got a good one to your point.
Did you tell them you're an MMA fan?
Lawrence.
No, I don't even.
Lawrence.
Did you
I don't even like MMA. It's dog shit.
Is all the kids have got PlayStations, right? When's the last time a boxing game was made? Right, so it's been a boxing computer game. What is it? 2000? I don't know. 2012, 14.
Punch out.
But no. There was like EA Sports, the
what was
biggest
it?
brand, right?
What was it called?
So they
Fight
know
Night-
the
Fight
age of the
Night?
people that Fight Night
Fight
who
Night.
play it. So say it's 2012 or something. They don't make them anymore because they know the kids are into UFC. Now they make UFC.
Your average age, your average age of your boxing fan base and your MMA fan base is actually almost identical.
I don't think so.
No, actually,
I disagree.
They done the stats. You honestly think I come into these arguments with reading up on stuff?
No, I need to disagree with you. The boxing fan base Is an older fan base.
The average age.
I'd say late 20s to 50s.
The average age of each fan base is very, very similar.
No way. You talk to 13-year-old boys at school, they know who Conor McGregor is, they know fight, they know MMA,
That's right.
they know UFC.
You know who Conor McGregor is.
Right.
And they know UFC.
See the age range as well. This is what we're talking about. So even if we've got this massive hit of 2016 as our year, we're still going to steal all the young guys, all the young girls, all the young athletes who want to be what they want to be.
UFC's done a good thing there.
Are they going to be MMA fighters after this tremendous year of 2015-16?
Taper off.
That's
I think it will. So we're going to take all their fans. We're going to take all their fans now, and they're going to tune in to watch.
How many young
MMA.
people do you think watched Golovkin v Canelo for out here? None. They watch UFC. They get to see the UFC. That's a mistake. That's what I'm trying to make. They're making a big mistake. Because these kids are the future for your sport.
I think one of the problems you've got,
that's how I'm getting annoyed at. I don't know how.
No, I think one of the problems you've got is the mega fights being in Vegas, right? I'm a massive boxing fan. I don't sit up to watch a mega fight in Vegas. I'll catch it next day, right? There's no any reason that my days is sitting up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Kids stay though, they sit and play the Xbox and they'll sit up all night. That's what they do. They're different.
But what we do get, what we are getting is big fights over here, and this is part of where the UFC is missing to a certain extent, right? UFC comes to Scotland, UFC comes to Britain a couple of times a year, right? Maybe once a year they come to
Scotland maybe once. No, they come to Britain they come 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. Aye, honestly, because they go to Nottingham, they go to Manchester, they go to London, and they'll hit Scotland. Recently,
2 years.
They're growing.
Once every 2 years, an average.
Which is good though, it's growing.
Came to Scotland, but if you're looking at, and we can talk about these capturing these fans. You talk about the Vegas build capturing these fans, but we're continually getting shows around Britain. Boxing's continually giving people something to watch.
Who's the biggest ones in Britain this year?
Biggest one was obviously Klitschko and
Joshua.
Britain's now, we had George Groves winning his world title as well.
There was
Eubank Jr.
Was it this year that Thingy fought as well? David Hay. He fought in that promotion that he done himself.
And I'm glad you mentioned David Hay as well, because see if I was going to see when boxers behave like UFC fighters, right? People call them wankers. And I'll give you an example of that, right? David Hay was the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, right? The guy is now going to be remembered for showing his big toe and eating a kangaroo's paw, right? Because he tried to hype himself too much. He stopped being about the core product, which was his fighting, and started being about publicity, hype.
But there's a right way to do it.
Right?
He's obviously done it wrong.
Shouting his mouth off. Seriously, he moved on. We get the days of Muhammad Ali turning around and saying, I'm too fast, I'm too quick, I'm too pretty. You know what I mean? I'm the greatest. To David Hay. What was it he said? This is going to be so one-sided. It's going to be as one-sided as a gang rape. Right? Now this is the talk about the obnoxious, shitty hype.
But is that not just
No, but
I don't want to talk about that. Uneducated
it's coming
idiot.
through. But it's coming through all the time. You've got fighters who don't behave right anymore. They don't. Ahara Davies shouts his mouth off, trying to be the next big thing, trying to be like this kind of Floyd Mayweather kind of figure. Right? People can't stand him. Do you know why they can't stand him more than any other reason? And it was the same way Adrian Broner. The same way Adrian Broner, right? You can say whatever you want as long as you back it up, right?
But people don't like fake though.
Yeah, but the only time you're fake is when you can't back it up. You can say it, see as long as you back it up, you're real. Because eventually, it's no about what you say, it's no about the hype. It always comes down to the core product, and in our case, it's how you fight.
But McGregor gets beat, he comes out, and then he does this interview. His stock goes up, because he was on it, gave an honest opinion, his performance, I wasn't efficient enough. He said this thing,
many times you
went up.
Could you get it done a couple of times? A couple of times that works.
Aye, no.
And then it's like, honest opinion, I've seen that before.
But no.
Blah, blah, blah.
One, Chael Sonnen turns around and says, I don't care, I get beat, I'm going to beat him the next. He just comes out and he's like, I don't care. Like,
People get bored.
depends.
Once you see things a few times, they get bored. And that's maybe a reason why I was quite glad with it. Well, first of all, you were never going to have Golovkin and Canelo stand there shouting abuse each other. For
That
two
was
reasons.
fake.
One is it's not. One is it isn't their way. The second one is they don't speak the same language.
But they could,
so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
they could have played on the unification. This is the biggest fight, and they'd never done it enough.
Unification?
Was it no unification? No.
Billy Joe Saunders holds the other title.
Does he? No.
Now, you'll see plenty.
But they could have sold it as a real deal. They could have. There's all these angles.
And that's another good angle because see across the world the night before, right? You had the disgusting behaviour, you had the hype. I mean, what is more dramatic than your boy punching your opponent in the balls?
That was
Ladies.
No, but we've got that, and it's not nice. It doesn't carry off nice.
What's your view, hindsight on McGregor v Mayweather? Was it good or bad? Just a quick, no, don't want to go into it too much. I thought it should have been good and we should have been.
It was what it was. No,
It was what it was.
it wasn't a boxing match. It wasn't.
You're not going to get.
Right, that's no.
We spent hours last time.
Let's know. I just
So
want to-
anyway-
I know.
But my point being, right, we talk about hype, we talk about publicity. It puts me in mind of CGI. It puts me in mind of CGI in movies. The first time you watched a CGI explosion in a movie, you were like, wow. But then they just fill movies full of it to the point where you're looking at it and going like,
No,
this
I
is
disagree.
shite. This is shite. It's all just explosions. It's all just special effects. Where's the proper acting?
No.
Where's the proper script? Don't lose your key product. Don't
There's a
lose
key
your
product, but there's a story. TJ Dillashaw's fighting, what's the bantamweight champ? Cody Garbrandt. Two of them used to train together. And there's a fallout there. There's a story. It builds a big fight. There's these stories in between each fight. I don't like fake. I hate the fake. But it's a build-up. Let's speak about it. That's what people buy into, by the way. See WWE. Right, I'll use WWE. People watch WWE. They watch the start. The guy comes out, he speaks. Everybody. They don't watch the match. They don't watch the actual. Do you see them jumping about the ring? No, they watch the entrance bit where they're arguing with each other.
I'm glad you chose WWE because I actually think the behaviour of the MMA fighters has been taken off WWE fighters.
Some of them? I agree.
I look at them and say,
But it sells.
You are right, and I'm not going to kid on that they're the same thing. I'm not going to patronise.
Aye, of course, aye.
Right, MMA is real fighting.
But it's
right?
entertainment.
But their
It's
behaviour-
entertainment.
But it's going to fade away, guys.
I
know
know.
you-
But
it's
WWE's been here for years. It's getting bigger.
I know that,
People
but
like a
it's
story.
going to peak. It's going to peak, and it peaked.
People
it
like a
peaked
story.
in 2016. I'm telling you that right now.
People like a
it
story.
Peaked in 20. No, it peaked for the next 10 years in 2016. It will grow more. MMA will grow. I'm not seeing MMA.
People like-
it will grow, but it will grow as a sport, not as an entertainment, not as a hype.
You were speaking about GSP. What sells in that? A comeback. He's been back. There's a story, right?
But you know why-
People don't like each other. They grudge match.
Do you know why they're having to pull that story in?
No, because he's one of the best fighters ever.
Why are they having to pull
'Cause-
that story
no,
in?
they don't have to.
Because they don't have somebody to take McGregor's place.
They don't have to.
They don't have
There's an opportunity.
Ronda's gone.
But
McGregor's
the core,
gone.
but as we were talking about core product, the core product's still there.
The core product's there. I'm just
The
saying that.
amazing fights are still there.
It's going to have to be built on that, though.
We're talking about a guy, Mike Perry, who had his second fight when I fought in Sacramento, and now he's shouting out for like.
Let me tell you
UFC
something.
time.
You're going to get bored of it. You're going to get bored of it. I'm already bored of the hype, but you used to are going to get bored of the hype.
No, they need it though.
Right?
They need it to
And
sell
see,
fights
it's
to
not-
make it popular.
Yous are going to get bored of the hype. Yous are going to stop like, I can't be bothered with it. That's a load of shite. He's the best fighter. He's the best fighter. We know the best fighter. Why do they have to?
But they have to hype to grow the sport.
But yous are going to change the
Right, say we do, right? But how are they going to get these news people in? They get them in with the story, and that's what grows the sport.
The story there was.
That UFC have got a brand. They're building a sport, right? And what my point was, boxing is building a person, and that just gets lower when you're building the sport, a core product like NFL, Champions League, all these things. It makes the whole thing better and more popular.
No,
Whereas boxing's not doing that. They're promoting one person in Mexico and Vegas. That's supposed to be the best fight, and it was a good fight.
The
I like
UFC
it.
builds the UFC.
They know-
Trust me. I can see the way that this is going to go. As the UFC breaks up, as more bodies become involved, right? Then the other bodies will be promoting their own thing. The UFC comes to town. It promotes the UFC, right? People don't turn around and say
They don't. They promote kickboxing.
No. Think about this. Like what I'm saying now, right?
And they promote it all.
Before a fight was announced, before UFC was coming to Glasgow, they announced the UFC was coming to Glasgow. They didn't announce a fight, they didn't announce anything. It was the UFC was coming to Glasgow, and people were ready to buy tickets just because this event, just because this circus was coming to town. Okay? That doesn't happen in boxing, because boxing, they want to know...
Because
who-
you couldn't
the-
sell?
the
Because
bo-
you
the
couldn't
boxing-
sell?
Because you couldn't sell?
Listen what I'm saying, yeah. They want to know who they're going to see. They want to know what that product's going
And
to be.
there's a good... and that's a point.
And MMA fans doesn't care who they're going to see.
UFC guarantee a
They won't-
high-level product because they've got the best fighters in the world under the one roof. So it doesn't matter.
They will guarantee
They guarantee a good show,
the-
regardless.
the
From start to finish.
MMA fans, that will change.
It won't.
MMA fans,
The best fighters in the world
MMA
will stay
fans
with
will
UFC.
want, MMA fans will want to come and see particular fighters. It will matter to them. It will matter to them. They will get bored of just turning up because it's the UFC.
I don't think so.
We've seen this with products right across the UFC is a product, and we've seen it starts.
So is the NFL. So NFL's a product, and it's still massive. NBA's a product, and it's the free letters. People are paying for the free letters.
And-
Michael Johnson, did somebody come after Michael Johnson? No, Michael Johnson, his name Michael Jordan. Michael Johnson, Michael Jordan. People come, new stars, they make new stars, Michael Jordan. Yes, yeah, Michael
But
Jordan.
again, and that's one of the differences there. The new
Boxing's
stars,
not got that.
the boxing's got plenty of it coming through just now.
No, they've not got a brand. They've got boxing, and they're promoting singular events, selfish singular events.
You see, you've got let's say the basketball. Right, you spoke of the basketball. Someone becomes a star in basketball because they perform well on the court.
So that's what's going to happen at UFC. When Mike Perry performs well in UFC, he's the next star.
No other reason. Conor McGregor became a star because he shouted his mouth off. Ronda Rousey became a star.
Dennis Rodman became a star because he dressed like a woman.
But Conor McGregor,
Because he's WWE.
when he first started there, right, you had the chat. But when you watched him fight, who was it he fought and he blew out his leg, remember? And everybody was excited to see Conor McGregor fight. Was it? And it was that when he blew out his leg, and everybody was excited to see this guy fight again. We hadn't seen McGregor doing this thing where I'm the best, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to do this. We seen a wee bit of that. We seen a wee bit of this. The two of them going face.
Here's the thing, right?
But everybody was behind him.
Do you believe that MMA will grow as a
Yes.
sport?
Yes.
Okay, so we've established that, right? Given that MMA will grow as a sport, do you believe that other big promotional companies will want to get involved?
They do. They already do.
Okay.
Aye.
Now that we're living in a world of multiple TV channels, okay, multiple TV networks, and oligarchs and multi-billionaires, do you believe that, in all likelihood, one of these other promotional bodies will get the backing of a TV network?
They have.
And get the backing of multi-billionaires?
They have.
Okay.
But the thing is,
And
who are they going to put
so-
on? Who are they going to put on? Because all the best fighters are in the UFC.
The problem is you're looking at here and now. You're looking at this tiny little window, and let's think of this in business or in life. The worst thing you can do in any business at all, is look and think the situation you are in just now is going to be the situation that's not going to change. Your competition
No, but
is
they're
coming for you.
growing. Oh, 100%.
This is my point. You will see they have changed brands. The people who were looking after the UFC for so long have now sold it. They've now sold it off. Okay.
They still help.
Right.
They still.
They've sold it off. It's now changed, and the new owners of the UFC are cutting back. They are tweaking things. There is discontentment among fighters. We've seen it. We're reading reports about fighters turning around and saying that it's not as rosy as it looks. Fighters are becoming discontented. Fighters at the top are becoming discontented. Conor McGregor has done the equivalent of blowing the, if you get a football club, they've got a wage cap and they've got policies, right? Conor McGregor has done the equivalent of blowing that wage cap, and once that wage cap happens, you lose your dressing room because your other fighters, your other players are turning and saying, I want that.
That's always the same in MMA.
And then what happens? What happens when they're told you can't get it? They go to another club,
Right.
and this is what.
But see, when somebody's bringing in the numbers, the UFC pay them appropriately. See, if you're not bringing in your numbers, you're not getting paid. They let go of one of the best fighters. Gegard Mousasi.
I think you're going to agree to disagree.
Aye, I know. Gegard Mousasi. Aye. So Gegard Mousasi is one of the best fighters in the world, middleweight. But he doesn't bring in. He's not got the fans. So just let them go.
If the sport is going to grow, and it is going to grow, but it's going to go in a different way, other bodies will become involved. Once those other bodies become involved, your sport itself becomes more fractured. The UFC monopoly changes.
It's
Once the
always been
sport
that, though.
becomes more fractured, you then get an equivalent very similar to what boxing is.
I
Where
don't
you have multiple people saying that their guy is the best.
I think you find out there's going to be an NFL. See, like you get.
And it's going to come again.
But then
it's going to come again.
we're seeing that now because we're seeing guys like Roddy
You're going to
McDonald.
see different leagues.
And it's
But you get that in NFL.
you're still going to have that
And there's
belt.
still
You're
the
still going to
NFL.
have that one belt you're wanting. But anyway,
Right.
listen, it's been an absolute pleasure. I love having you on, Lon. So as I said, it's always a pleasure. Guys, if you can share and like our podcast, we'd really appreciate it. And what I'll do is I'll pick one of them just randomly, and I'll send you a picture. You want to hold it up, Brian? Go and hold it up like a ring girl.
What one do you want?
Go for this one.
That one, eh?
I bring the two of them over. So I've got a picture of me in my last fight at Glasgow, right? Win, lose or draw, it doesn't matter because we've just said that, it's the end product. Now we get some badass pictures, so guys, like and share, and you will receive one of these genuine.
You want that?
You want to take that one to the gym, Brian? You're hiding that one. So there you go, guys. Thanks very much, and remember, keep it Bearback, and I'm sure we'll have Lawrence back on again when it comes to...
Me and Lawrence are going to go live, boxing sparring.
Right, guys, keep it Bearback. Guys, keep it Bearback. Guys, keep it Bearback. Guys, keep it Bearback.
He's red. Yeah, that's how bad boy now.
Take off that rib and show me it's set out.
Set.